Hello, hello. Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Oh, good, good, good. Because I've got a little different setup. We're actually in my kitchen today. Hey, Vicky.
Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good.
Good to have you join us. Welcome. We'll hang for a few more minutes and then we're going to make some stuff.
I'm not able to do it in my kitchen, so I'm just going to write down recipes
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. And, true confessions, I said, I'm going to record this so it's nice and safe. And I know that everything was fine. And then I couldn't find the tripod. So I said, okay. And then finally the tripod appeared. And then I said, well, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll record it on the computer and then I'll send that to YouTube and I'll edit it. I said, why am I being such a wimp? If it's, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Well, first of all, I had never used this before. It's my bargain version of NutriBullet. It's Magic Bullet. I thought I was ordering the NutriBullet on sale because it was about half the price of a NutriBullet. It arrived and I said, that's not a NutriBullet, that's a Magic Bullet. But it was fine, but I had never used it. So I did do a little bit of a dry run with, actually a wet run with some almond milk. So I even know how to start it. But we're going to give you some tools today that you can put to use so you have some healthier, you're going to start integrating some healthy things that are easy to do into your arsenal. So, okay, I guess we'll get started. Oh,
Cheryl,
Connie.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I tried to join you the first couple of days, and I didn't have a chance. And then I tried to find the link to the replay. Is there one somewhere?
There's one today, one. The one yesterday, I had technical difficulties and I am going to have to re-record it. But it will appear. So day one, you can listen to again. Hi there,
Okay.
Connie. How are you?
Hello. Hello. And Vicky is here and Tammy.
Yeah.
There's Vicky.
Yep. And we're in my kitchen today. We're going to make
wonderful.
stuff.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to circle back on a couple of things I'm going to screen share. Yesterday we were talking about.
All right. And Cheryl, Vicky and I both have to go in about 15 minutes. So I just wanted to let you know now.
Oh, good to know.
But we wanted to be able to stop in.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. And you know what? Thank you for telling me that because we're going to go right to making stuff.
Ooh.
And then we'll circle back and talk about something that I wanted to share yesterday. So this is my version of NutriBullet. I thought I was buying it on special sale and it ended up being a cheaper version, but it works just fine. I tried it out this morning. It's a Magic Bullet. And we are going to make a really healthy, simple, quick protein smoothie. So I've got my favorite unsweetened almond milk, no flavoring, no sweetener at all. And I'm following a basic recipe that came with the NutriBullet or with the Magic Bullet, just for the amounts. Except for the protein powder, I'm trying to eat a little bit less protein, having read a book that Denise and Ellen in the Fast Factor Circle were actually talking about by David Sinclair. So I'm trying to be a little more judicious in my protein consumption. So half a cup of almond milk, a tablespoon of this Nutiva protein powder that I've given you links for, and a true.
Yes. I wondered where I had seen that. I saw it because I clicked on the link.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I used to be able to buy this in Home Goods. If you want to check out Home Goods, sometimes they have some really good food products to choose from. So that's where I discovered it. It just looked good. It had nothing but it is, and again, you always want to read the ingredients, organic hemp seed protein. That's all. Doesn't matter what it says on the front. Like we discussed yesterday, you want to go right to the back and see what the ingredients are. So I've got a tablespoon of that. I'm going to put just a small piece of banana. Now, you want with your with your fruits, you want to choose fruits that are low glycemic index. And that means that they have a glycemic index of 55 or less. So the question is, what is glycemic index? Well, it's a relative ranking of carbohydrate in food. And it's ranked, the foods are ranked according to how they affect your glucose levels. Your goal is to ingest, to eat fruits that are a GI, a glycemic index of 55 or less. And you have lots of choices with those too. You have bananas, you have apples, you have nectarines. Berries are awesome. We're going to use berries today. Cherries, oranges, grapes, grapefruit, plums, pears. Did I say apples? I think I did. So you have lots to choose from. So that's really good. Medium glycemic index fruits are fruits like honeydew, melon, figs, pineapples. Watermelon and dates are higher, and you want to avoid those. And also dried fruits, they're so, the sugar content is so concentrated in those that those are not good for those of us who have some blood sugar challenges. So we are going to, I really wanted to use blueberries because blueberries are so awesome for so many reasons. They're a nice low glycemic index and they have tons of antioxidants. Fact of the matter is like they were out of them at my local grocery store. Whoopsie. So I got mixed berries, mixed organic berries. And we're going to do about a half cup of mixed organic berries, and that's going to go in there. And again, it says organic mixed berry blend, but we don't trust them. So we go back and we look on the back at the ingredients, and we see that it says organic strawberries, organic blueberries, organic raspberries, organic blackberries. That's all. And that's what we want to see. You don't want to see preservatives. You don't want to see high fructose corn syrup. You don't want to see maltose, sucralose, maltodextrin, none of that stuff. So that goes in there. And then the recipe that came with the Magic Bullet calls for a half cup of ice cubes, but I want to make this even healthier. So instead of just ice cubes, which would be perfectly healthy, but I'd like to get some vitamin K and some spinach in there. So I'm adding frozen spinach, which is interestingly enough still frozen. So that's going to go in there. And you know, it takes no time at all. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. That's all that goes in there. And then you just screw this on. This is going to be loud. You know, I think I might mute the sound while I'm doing this to spare you. I'll be right back.
We can
We
hear
still
you.
heard it.
She muted us from her.
Oh, oh
Ah,
no. Oh no.
technology is fun.
Yeah.
And it sounds really good. My strawberries are fighting me on the other end.
We could still hear it. You muted us, but you didn't mute you.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oopsie, oopsie.
Part of the adventure.
I'm sorry, the adventure. I know exactly. Exactly. And I was going, before you came on, I said I was going to pre-record this. And then I said, oh, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add a little more of the almond milk because this is a little too pasty. And sorry. And that's better. And you have something that you can make thinner, or you can eat it like this. This particular Magic Bullet comes with a bunch of different cups and glasses and things, so you can take it with you. But I think the strawberries were probably not my best choice in here.
I want to see how you're going to give each of us a little bit of taste of it.
almost like being there in person, right?
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
fun. That'd be fun. So anyway, this is kind of a fribble. I used to work at Friendly's back in the, I won't tell you when, a long time ago. And they had fribbles. And boy, they'd give you a brain freeze in no time at all. They were really, really thick. So you could add more almond milk if you want to make it thinner. If it's not sweet enough for you, you can also add a little bit of vanilla or a little bit of almond flavoring. I'll go back and forth between the two of them. But you can take this with you, if you want to have more protein in it. Just increase the amount of the Nutiva that you're putting in there, and you've got a meal, and it's good. And you can, and there's no added sugar, and you're using low glycemic berries. No sugar in the almond milk at all. No, yeah, zero added sugars, and that's what you want to see.
All right, so let me ask you something, Cheryl. So if someone is diabetic or pre-diabetic, where they really have to limit the sugar, they don't have to limit the fruit. We can have fruit no matter.
You don't want to go crazy, but you can have fruit. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, low glycemic fruit, even people who have diabetes and pre-diabetes can have some of it, because when you're eating the whole fruit slows down the metabolizing of the sugar. It's when you drink the fruit juice that it goes right to your liver and right to fat cells. So you can have some fruit, absolutely, as long as it's whole and you've got the skin, you've got the pulp, you've got the seeds, all that good stuff. So that's the Nutiva protein drink. Now, I wanted to make a comment on Tammy's list, which was daunting. Good for you. That, isn't it amazing when you start to look in your cabinet? I mean, that's what happened to Rob and me when we first started. We were like, we had no idea this stuff was in here. And we really thought we were doing a good job of eating healthfully, of being careful. And the more you learn, the more you filter, the more you change, the more you adapt. It's a process, it's a journey. So one of the things that I think was on your list, Tammy, and that we realized was that it's so darn hard. First of all, salad dressings, when you buy them, they're expensive. They're really expensive. And try to find one that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup or some kind of sweetener in it. It's virtually impossible. So I wanted to make stuff with you today and show you how to make awesome, easy, inexpensive salad dressing that you can whip up in, I mean, you can make this literally in 2 minutes. Another quick tip, if you have, I got this at, it's Ocean State Job Lot, which is out of Rhode Island. So I don't think you're gonna find this in California or in the mid part of the country, but if you go to a discount store, they almost always, I mean, not the dollar store, but if you go to Big Lots or something like that, they almost always have food sections, and you can get good stuff for very reasonable prices. This is really
What is
good.
that? Is it
It's
olive oil?
what is it? It's infused balsamic vinegar. This is
Oh.
infused with fig. And again, you just want to look and see what's in it. And it's basically just vinegar with fig. So that makes it a good choice. And you can use just a regular balsamic vinegar too. It doesn't have to have an infusion. And you can get a well-priced regular balsamic at a discount store like Job Lots or Big Lots or something like that. So I want to suggest that you all get one of these, and I have several, but I had to do the presentation. It's the Good Seasons Italian Cruet Kit, and it says on the top, you make it fresh. So in here is your cruet. There's your top, and there are flavor packets. And the flavor packet, I don't know if you can see the ingredient list down there. Pretty scary. It's pretty scary stuff. It's the first ingredient, by the way, is sugar in the ingredient in the salad dressing. And it goes on, oh, it's got xanthan gum, maltodextrin, another sweetener, Yeah, it's got 2 different kinds of sugar. So what I want you to do is get one of these and take the packet and pretend you're Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. When she says, there's no place like home, there's no place like home, there's no place like home, I want you to say, I deserve real food, I deserve real food, I deserve real food. And then I want you to take this packet and I want you to do this with it. I want you to go and throw it away and never eat it because it's bad for you. So let's make our dressing. And I have one that actually has been through the dishwasher, which I highly recommend before you use it. And it's got these wonderful lines, so you don't have to guess. So I'm just going to fill it to there. The first line, it says V for vinegar. And then over to the sink and just up to the line that says W for water. And then olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, and there's an O up there with a line, so you don't have to guess, you don't have to wonder. And if you don't want to add anything else, that can just be it. And that will be a delicious salad dressing. Easy, no bad stuff in it, reasonably priced to make. What I like to do is I like to add, this is brand new, so yep, it's got a cup on it. I like to add,
Maybe.
I tape this ahead of time. And I decided not to. Things like that would happen. Let's see if I can actually get that open. This is when I go to Rob. Here, can you open this for me? There we go. I got it.
Cameo appearance.
What?
He could make a cameo appearance.
I know, exactly, exactly. So I get mustard, and I like to use the whole grain. You don't have to. You can use Golden's brown mustard. You can use French's yellow mustard. You can use any kind of mustard that you want. And I just put in some. How much is that? Is it like maybe 2 tablespoons? Maybe, maybe not. I like the texture that the whole grain gives, the stone ground whole grain. And then from Trader Joe's, I just get minced garlic and
What is that again?
minced garlic,
Okay.
minced garlic. And I put maybe a half a teaspoon in, like this. I just put it on the end of a spoon, like this. That's it. Put it on the end of the spoon, and that's it. And I can't tell you how much I love this. It's so good. I use it on salads. You just shake it up, and it gets to be a nice color.
Could you put like a tablespoon of orange juice in it?
Oh, why not? Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. I mean, be creative. Part of the beauty of this stuff that I'm showing you is it's a baseline, and you can add to it as you wish. I mean, you could add hot pepper flakes. You could add a little bit of vanilla flavoring to this if you wanted to, get a little desserty with your salad. For instance, if you had an arugula salad with strawberries and some kind of roasted nuts, put a little bit of vanilla in this and then put that over it. But it's really good. I actually use this. I'll drizzle this on rice mixtures that I make when I make, and I'll share this with you at some point too. But I make rice mixtures, wild rice. Sometimes I put in black and mahogany. Sometimes not. I put in sprouted organic lentils and quinoa, and I keep a big pot of it in the fridge. And I'll just add it as a side dish if I'm hungry. I'll drizzle a little of this over it. But sometimes I put it on salads. The trick with eating healthfully and not having it consume you is to learn how to make things in big batches, learn how to make things that are simple and easy and not expensive. People think that eating healthfully has to be expensive. It does not. It does not have to be expensive.
Right.
Gotta go?
Gotta go.
Okay,
All right. Thank you so
Bye.
much. See you tomorrow.
Good to see you.
Bye, Tammy.
Bye.
So Tammy, you gonna
Dr.
try
C,
this?
I am. I
Yeah,
want to try that. It sounds
cool.
yummy.
Yeah,
I have a couple questions though.
yeah, please.
You were talking about organic fruits.
Yes.
What's the difference in when it's frozen, organic and non-organic?
It's the same as when it's fresh, whether it's organic or non-organic. When it's organic, it just hasn't been grown with pesticides. It can't be GMO if it's organic.
Okay.
And there's the uh, environmental working group has a list called the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. I guess I don't have to, I can actually, I unplugged my video.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me see if I can get the video. Well, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. So, bear with me. Start video. There we go. Now I'm back. I was going to unplug and go sit so I'm not leaning down like this, but I don't think I'll do that because my first attempt didn't work so well.
So what was that? The environmental what?
Yeah, Environmental Working Group. If you go to ewg.org, they have got so much information there, Tammy. And every year they update the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen, and they add and subtract. Sometimes there are more than 15 on the clean, and sometimes there are more than a dozen on the Dirty Dozen.
This is
But that's
for vegetables or fruits or?
both, for
Okay.
both. Yeah. And what that does is it gives you guidelines for what you can feel good or feel better or feel good about buying conventionally.
Okay.
Because one of the complaints I hear from people is that it's expensive to buy all organic, and it is. So if you learn which fruits and vegetables are in your best interest to buy organic, that will go a long way. Things like strawberries and apples, those are really important to buy organic because they're heavily sprayed. And also, kind of a good rule of thumb, if you don't have a list with you or what should I do is if it has a peel on it, like a banana has a peel, an avocado has a shell, it's a better bet for you to be able to feel more comfortable buying something like that conventional than to buy something like a strawberry or an apple where you're just going to eat it. You're not going to eat the inside.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a good rule of thumb.
Cool. Okay. Where did you get that Good Seasons kit?
Local grocery store in the salad dressing section.
Oh, just like Walmart or?
Yeah, I'm sure they'd have it.
Okay.
My store is Market Basket here, but yeah, I'm sure you'd be able to get it there, no problem. And it's $2.99. I mean, I'm all about doing this and doing it reasonably. $2.99, and you just make sure you throw the packet away because it's poison.
I wondered what you were gonna do. You just chucked it. That was great.
Right away. It's halfway across the room here.
Hey.
I'll retrieve it later, but that's where it's gonna head for the wastebasket. So, what other questions do you have for me?
Well, that's all that I'd written down as you were talking. Now the smoothie, you can kind of change it up and add different veggies and different
Absolutely.
fruits.
Yep, that's just kind of a baseline.
Now, is almond milk the only milk that is good for you, or is there other types of milks?
No, you can have almond milk or hemp milk or oat milk. I try to avoid dairy. Do I have some cheese sometime? Yeah, but it's a small amount and it's for a treat. So I haven't had, I can't remember the last time I had cow's milk. And it's not that I dislike it because I really like it, but I know personally I'm sensitive to wheat and dairy, gluten and dairy, so I tend to avoid those. But yeah, just when you buy them, make sure that you look at the ingredients because they got stuff in most of them. This is Califia. I'm not sure how to say that, but that's what it is. Califia. And it comes in almost an old-fashioned milk bottle, and it says gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. Oh, I avoid soy just because soy is an allergen, and it can amp up inflammation. So, and I just like this. Honestly, I like the bottle. And it just happens to be a good product. You can get that with some almond flavoring in it too, but I'm sorry, vanilla flavoring, but I tend to stick to the plain things. If I want vanilla, I'll just add a little bit of the flavoring myself. And I haven't vetted the ingredients. So before you do that, make sure to turn over. Oh, and I wanted to show you, if any other questions come up, just ask.
Okay.
But I wanted to share with you, is this the one? Share. Yeah. Come on. No.
Well, we know that's bad.
I know. What
My
happened?
mom was a very horrible diabetic.
Oh, really?
She was on insulin since I was a little girl. I remember watching her giving herself shots, but she would say, okay, my blood sugar is a little bit low. I have 20 Oreos. I'll eat these 20 Oreos and at the same time give myself 2 units of insulin, and then I can have my treat and eat it too, you know. And it was horrible. She died when she was 58.
Oh my God.
It was I'm getting close to that age. I'm 53, so I'm like, okay, I need to get this under control. I've never been a diabetic like that.
Yeah.
You know, never been on insulin, and you know,
Good.
if I do this, I can do this. You know, that's
Yep. Yeah.
But-
No, you can definitely crank yourself back from that for sure.
Yeah.
I am having some challenges bringing up what I wanted to show you. Are you seeing my screen? Or are you seeing me?
I can see the Oreo slide.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Okay. Why can't I see it? Is that the one that you're seeing?
the nutrition facts, and a picture of the Oreo.
Nutrition facts.
I can see you up in the corner in a little tiny box.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did. I'm still getting used to the screen share stuff.
See your mouse.
Okay. Now I see it. I pulled it up.
Okay.
So this is the back of an Oreo package. And I love to pick on Oreos because everybody, I mean, I don't think I've ever found anybody who said, well, I've never had an Oreo. But look at what they do for the serving size, 34 grams. How do you know how many cookies 34 grams is for starters? I mean, I can tell you it's 3 cookies because 3. Who do you know who would ever be in the mood to eat Oreos who would eat 3? It would
That's
be
like eating one chip.
exactly. It would be 6-9, a sleeve on a bad day, you know? So look at the ingredients. And I know you're already doing this, so you're way ahead of the game, but sugar is the first ingredient. Canola oil, which is not good for you. You would be well advised to avoid canola oil. There's a whole other thing about oils, and we're going to talk about cholesterol and oils and things a little bit tomorrow, but canola oil is largely GMO. And
What is GMO?
Sorry, genetically modified.
Ah.
And it's an inflammatory oil. It has a very low smoke point. So if you use it in cooking, which they always tell us to, I always used canola oil before I got into this and learned. And I thought I was doing a good thing for myself and for my husband, and turns out no. So canola oil, nah, and it's in everything. And you know why? Because it's cheap. That's why. Yeah. And there's no such thing as a canola plant. Listen to this. You're going to like this one, I know. It stands for Canada oil. And the reason is because it comes from the rape seed plant, which is a member of the mustard family. And obviously the connotation with rape seed is not good. So they said, yeah, we got to call this something else. Most of the rape seed is grown in Canada and it's oil. So Canada oil, canola. That's how it came to be. There's no such thing as a canola plant. So canola. But then look down here, we've got high fructose corn syrup too. So we've got a lot of stuff. And the 14 grams of sugar, that's in 3 cookies. So 14 grams, that's, so 4 grams of sugar to a teaspoon. So you've got 3.5 teaspoons of sugar in 3 cookies. And nobody's going to eat 3 cookies. Nobody's going to eat 3 cookies, 3 Oreos, no way. So yeah. And this is why it's so hard too, because again, remember, lights up the pleasure centers in your brain. So you have the 3 cookies and you put the bag away and you're going to be back with the bag. I know I would be if I were eating it, you know? I mean, it's just because they do it to you. But no, who has that issue with broccoli? Who says, you know, I mean, really? Who says I can't, I have to have, stop it. I have to have more broccoli. I can't make it for another 15 minutes. I have to have more broccoli. So they're doing it to us. The food's addictive. They've created it to be addictive. But you have the power now to break that addiction. You're gaining the tools. You're learning what to do. So you're going to be fine. Let me see. Oops, here we go. Stop share on that one. Oh, and there I am again. Okay. And I wanted to show you one more thing.
Is cornstarch bad to have in products?
Cornstarch?
Yeah.
Cornstarch is not in your best interest because it's made from corn. And corn is largely GMO, genetically modified. And corn is also very, very high in sugar. So anything that comes from corn is not in your best interest if you're trying to back off diabetes.
A lot of the products I have cornstarch in it, and I just
I'm
wondered
sure.
if that was good or bad.
Yep, I'm sure. I'm sure. And remember, it's a process. I mean, you can rip the Band-Aid off and do it all at once if you want to. You don't have to. You can do it gradually and just keep moving toward where you want and need to be. Okay. But I wanted to show you, look, this is the Oreo. This is the front. This is actually the 10 Stay Fresh packs thing. Remember how yesterday I mentioned that the front is for marketing and they don't necessarily have to, you know, tell you the truth. It's for marketing. It can be misleading. When I saw this, I thought it was so interesting. Always made with real cocoa. So that's a good thing. It's made with real cocoa, but they're not telling you that it's got all these things that are going to amp up your inflammation with the sugar and the high fructose corn syrup and the canola oil and all of that stuff. So people impulse buy based on what's on the front of the label, and that's what they've trained us to do. So you have to remember that it's in your best interest to turn over that package. Turn over that package and look at the ingredients. So, any other questions?
I can't think of any.
If you come up with anything else, Tammy, just I'm on it in the Facebook group, so just post something if you have a question, or email me. You've got my email too. Okay.
So what's the homework for today?
Homework for today is to get one of these things. Pick up some balsamic, that's just balsamic, mustard, and some minced garlic, some good quality olive oil, and make yourself some healthy salad dressing.
And it needs to be the extra virgin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should have a nice green color. Olive oil is a whole other story about what they've done. It's like a cartel. There's this book, Extra Virginity. I can't remember who wrote it, but it's all about how corrupt olive oil is. And they even mix
Extra
other
virginity.
oils. Yeah, extra virginity. Is that funny? I know.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So, you know, you just go down the rabbit hole with this stuff. But you can take that.
A lot of water.
Oh, good girl. Awesome. Do you notice a difference in how you feel, in your energy, in how hungry you are, your cravings?
A little bit, but I'm well, yeah, I'm not as what I guess I feel hunger is. I'm not running to the kitchen as often.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. That's a huge win.
And I just got a notice on my phone that my hint water has just arrived at my house. So
Oh, that's so exciting.
I'm excited. I'm going to try it out today.
Wonderful. I tried to find it in the store yesterday, and I think you do have to order it online. I didn't see it in the store at all.
I know it's at thehint.com, but it's also on Amazon, but I don't know the price difference from
Yeah.
Amazon. So
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Oh, post what you try. Post the
Okay.
flavors. Cool.
sounds good.
Okay. All right. I guess
Thank
we're all
you.
set for today. And tomorrow we're going to talk about cholesterol and some of that good stuff. And
That's also a problem of mine.
are you on cholesterol meds?
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask what you're on?
Um,
Lipitor? Atorvastatin? That's okay.
I
You
can't.
don't have to.
I'll find my pills. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
That's okay.
I think it
That's
starts
okay.
with a C.
I'm sorry?
I think it starts with a C.
With a C. Okay.
I'll let you know. I'm not
Okay.
sure what it is.
That's
Oh,
okay.
there. Hold on. Rosuvastatin.
What is it?
I'm not sure how you say it. Let me show you. Where's my camera?
Yeah, I can't really make it out. That's okay. It's a statin. So, oh, yeah. Robivastatin. Robivastatin?
ROSUVA.
Oh, yeah. Rosuvastatin. Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't heard of that one. Okay. Okay. There is a class action suit filed on behalf of women who are now diabetic who have been on statin drugs. So it's not unusual for the two to be paired.
Yeah.
Not unusual at all.
Well, and I've heard that the metformin is not good, but why do doctors keep prescribing it?
The answer to that is complicated. I think the main reason is because doctors they're not educated in nutrition. I mean, when have you gone in with a complaint or a question and they've said, what are you eating? Ever?
No.
Yeah, I know. That happened to me one time, and it was a holistic chiropractor I went to. And it took me so by surprise. He came in, first of all, he had no bedside manner
Can
at
you
all.
turn off the share screen thing?
Oh, yes.
For you?
Yep. Thank you for the reminder.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and he came in and he had no bedside manner at all. He came in, didn't even introduce himself. He was looking down at the questionnaire I had filled out, and he said to me, what are you eating? I didn't know what to say. First of all, he took me so by surprise. I couldn't remember what I ate. So he asked me again, what are you eating? What are you eating? And eventually I came up with what I was eating, and he started addressing my concerns based on what I was eating and what I should be eating instead. And that was the first time. That was quite a few years ago, but still, that was, I was well into probably my 40s when that happened. So I think the number one reason is they don't understand nutrition. They're not educated in it. Now medical schools are offering alternative courses, alternative paths for doctors if they want to take nutrition classes, but it's not required. I mean, some medical schools have no requirement at all. Unfortunately, I think there's another reason that doctors do it, and that there's a financial incentive to prescribe medications. Yeah.
So if I could go to my doctor and say, I want to be on something else. And, hopefully they would give me something better. I'm going to say, I'm concerned about what I've heard about it and I want to be on something else because my husband's on it too.
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm not a doctor, so I can't
I
give you
know, I
medical
know.
advice. And I would never tell you to stop taking something.
I
But
wouldn't stop, but I would talk to my doctor first.
yeah, yeah. I noticed that you're on 20 milligrams, so that's a very low dose. So that's in your favor. But I guess I wonder, since you're on such a low dose, if you changed how you're eating, if maybe your cholesterol numbers would improve to the point where you wouldn't have to be on it. Because that's what's happened. That's what happened to my husband. He doesn't have to be on it now. I mean, he's in the high range of normal, but he's normal. So it is possible. I mean, he did it.
I wanted to tell you something about my history, but not on the recording.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me just end it. Okay, so thanks for being with us for day 3. This is Cheryl Major, and we're ending day 3 of Crush Your Diabetes, the 5-day challenge. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.